Yes, our next topic is design thinking. The design thinking balancing between desirability, feasibility, and viability. What is desirability? What is feasibility? And what is viability? Yes, desirability means target-based achievement. Feasibility means what are the availability resources we are having, and the viability means how we can viable to them. Yes, already you may aware about design thinking is a human-centered approach to problem solving. It involves understanding the needs of users, brainstorming solutions, and prototype and testing those solutions. What I told as a human-centered approach, I repeat the thing same. And here, what is desirability, feasibility, and viability? For a design solution to be successful, it needs to be desirable, feasible, and viable. What is the meaning of that? Yes, if I introduce Venn diagram, yes, Venn diagram is concentrated about three factors. Yes, these three factors are often represented by a Venn diagram with the sweet spot in the center where all three factors overlap. Here, the sweet spot is available, all three factors are available. Here, from this, I can explain what is sweet spot in design thinking and how all three factors are developing with each other. Yes, first I want to present about desirability. Desirability means what users want and need, which is the first step. The second, focus on user research and empathy. User research and empathy means understanding the user needs, which is the empathy step. So, desirability is focuses on user research and empathy, and it creates a delight and solves a real problem. And it solves the real problem. So, desirability is about understanding what users want and need. This is the first step, understanding the problem and understanding the user needs, which is the empathy. So, which is the first step in desirability, and it involves conducting user research such as interviews, surveys to understand user pain points, desires, and motivations. For the reason I developed some video with my students, I can share that video. You can understand how can we interact with the students, how can we give the solutions to them, and how can we understand the user needs, because students are also our users. How can we understand our users? Then by focusing on empathy means understand the users, our user needs. So by focusing on user needs and understanding users, designers can create truly desirable solutions. So better outcome, best solution is needed for every problem. So through that we can achieve that. Desirability will support us. Then feasibility. Sir? Yes, sir. Feasibility is always ensured with the available resources. Yes, can it be built with the available resources? Considers technical limitations and the budget constraints, and then ensures the solution is achievable. So, three things it deals, which are resources, then technical limitations and budget, and then the solution is to be achievable or not. So, feasibility is about whether or not a solution can be built, and it considers technical limitations, budget constraints, and the availability of resources. Designers need to be realistic about what is possible and what is not. Then viability. Now you may aware about what is desirability, what is feasibility. Now we can move to viability. Viability always deals with it is a sustainable business model. We may have the idea, we may have the prototype. Finally, we move to market means the market model is viable or not. We should aware about, so that it is it a suitable business model. We should aware. Viability is about whether or not a solution is a sustainable business model. Then considers market fit. Our product is to fit the market. Likewise, we can analyze. So, considers market fit and the potential return on investment. How do I analyze the market fit? Means it may give the potential return on investment. So, it considers market fit, potential return on investment, and the overall viability of the business. And the final viability step is ensures the solution can be successful business. Yes, designers need to consider the business implications of their solutions. So, every person can innovate new solutions or new prototype, but the person should analyze the product is to be marketly viable. Likewise, they analyze. So, in Venn diagram, there is a sweet spot available. What is sweet spot? How can we analyze that? Based on the sweet spot, how can we tell the stories to the customers? Yes, or users? Yes. The sweet spot is the intersection of desirability, feasibility, and viability on Venn diagram. Here you see. Here the Venn diagram is available. Here I may took on violet black as a desirability, in blue there is feasibility, and in pink there viability. Three are meet with each other, and in central part there is one reflex triangle is available. That reflex triangle is called as sweet spot. Yes. Now you may aware about what is sweet spot. The intersection of desirability, feasibility, and viability. This is where successful design solutions lie. On that place only the successful design is available. It requires careful consideration of all three factors. Already I told you that what are all the factors are available with the desirability, feasibility, and viability. Based on that sweet spot identification, we can move to telling the stories. Yes, storytelling is the powerful tool for communication and empathy to users, and it can be used to illustrate design challenges and solutions. It helps users connect with the design on an emotional level. So these are all the achievable things with the desirability, feasibility, and viability. So based on the identified sweet spot, here you see innovation sweet spot available with the combination of three circles. The sweet spot is the intersection of the desirability, feasibility, and viability. Now you may aware about what is sweet spot. This is where successful design solution is lying. Here the successful solution is lying. In order to find the sweet spot, designers need to carefully consider all three of these factors throughout the design process. So then storytelling, yes, based on the Venn diagram you may identify the sweet spot. The sweet identified a sweet spot, you start to tell the stories as a communication medium. In that, stories are powerful tools for communication and empathy. They can be used to illustrate design challenges and solutions, and to help users connect with the design on an emotional level. When you telling the stories to users, the designers should focus on the human element, on the impact that the design will have no people's life. These are all the important consideration during the storytelling. Then mystery. Mystery. You identify the sweet spot with the Venn diagram. Here the mystery occurs. Yes. What are all the unknowns or unexplored available? You should identify on the sweet spot. Can be a source of inspiration for new design ideas. It helps designers to think outside of the box. It only help our outside to investigate on the outside of the box. This Venn diagram helps us our outside of the classroom. So the mystery is the unknown or unexplored with our classroom. It can be a source of inspiration for new design ideas. By embracing mystery, when we are having the new solution or identifying the unknown, from that we are embracing mystery and asking questions. Designer can challenge assumptions and come up with innovative solutions. From this mystery only, the innovative solutions are to be developed by design thinking. Then heuristics. Already we are know about heuristic. From that heuristic we are developing lot of algorithms. The heuristics always helps at mental shortcuts that help us make decisions. For decision making purpose only, we are utilizing the optimization algorithms. So heuristics helps us the making decision. It can be used to improve the usability of design solutions, and it should be used with caution as they can sometimes lead to errors. The decision making optimization technique also gives some errors. This sorry, hello. Person, our person. Uh, so these heuristics are help us to identify the errors. Then algorithms. Heuristic always follows the algorithms as like genetic algorithm, particle swarm optimization, tabu sets. Likewise, lot of algorithms are available nowadays. Machine learning also follows some algorithms. So algorithms are always follows the step-by-step instructions uh, for solving the problem. It is used in computer science to create programs. These algorithms are often used in computer science to create programs that can perform specific tasks. It can also be applied to design thinking processes. These algorithms can be utilized in optimization purpose also, because design thinking process follows iterative process. So we can utilize the algorithms for those iterative process. The algorithms can also be applied to design thinking process. For example, if you are consider, a designer might create an algorithm to guide them through the process of user research, ideation or prototyping. Already I told you what are all the iterative process available with the design thinking. We can write the algorithm with that heuristic approach. We can get the better results and we can make the better solutions. What are the requirements we need? Yes, specific needs that a design solution must meet. Requirements are the specific needs that design solution must meet. It can be a functional or non-functional. The requirements can be functional, such as the need for a product to be easy to use, or non-functional, such as the need for a product to be compatible with a certain operating system. Finally, derived from user research and the business goals. Based on the requirements are derived from user research and the business goals, it is important to identify the document requirements early in the design process, low fidelity model, so that designers can ensure that their solutions meet the needs of users and the stakeholders to achieve the final fidelity model. Then patterns also we are utilized as like honeycomb for recurring elements or arrangements in our classroom, can be found in nature, art and design as like honeycomb model can be used to create a user-friendly and aesthetic pleasing design. Patterns are recurring elements or arrangements that can be found in nature, art and design. Here you may arrange the sticky notes with some patterns. I told you how I arrange the pattern in our upcoming slides I am having. I may tell you about the patterns. We can arrange some board into some patterns. From that pattern we can observe the problems. The patterns can be used to create user-friendly and aesthetically pleasing design. For example, designers might use a grid pattern to lay out the elements on a web page, or a hierarchical pattern to organize information in a menu. Don't fear, I am having the upcoming slide, I will tell you. For understanding the and using patterns, designers can create designs that are both functional and beautiful. In my upcoming slide, case study analysis I conducted through some patterns I will explain. After that, how do I connect? Yes, to establish a relationship link. You may arrange the sticky notes on board in a random manner. Finally, you may arrange the sticky notes on board. You connect every sticky notes with each other. You may draw the line diagram. You connect the sticky notes, and finally you may get the solution from the connectivity. In design thinking, it's about connecting with users and the stakeholders. User needs is the building to strong connections. You may connect everywhere, but user needs is important. Based on the user need, you may connect all patterns with each other. In design thinking, it's about connecting with users and the stakeholders. When designers connect with the stakeholders, they can get buy in the further design solutions. Empathy, user need, is key to building a strong connections. When designers connect with the users, they can better understand their needs and the motivations. Then blind spot, not a sweet spot. Blind spot is also available. Blind spot is concentrated about limitations. The sweet spot gives the better solution with the desirability, feasibility and viability. The unseen area is also available. So unforeseen problems or limitations are given by blind spots. It can be caused by a biases or lack of information. So symptoms may create lot of information, but the root cause analysis not concentrated about the symptoms created problems. The solution gas biases, so and lack of information. But it is important to be aware about blind spots to avoid design mistakes. So blind spot is also important. They can be caused by biases or lack of information. Some techniques for avoiding blind spots include user testing. We are giving the prototype to the user and they are checking the performance and they give the feedback to you. You may develop the product with their feedback. Uh, from that we can achieve the better solution, so we can avoid the blind spots. And conducting design critic and getting feedback from diverse stakeholders, from that we can avoid the blind spot in our design process. Then I may conclude this presentation with design thinking is a powerful tool for solving complex problems. By understanding design definitions and stories, you can create better designs. The key is to be balanced desirability, feasibility and viability. Now you may aware about what is desirability, what is feasibility and what is viability, how they are placed in a Venn diagram, how we can identify the sweet spot, how we can identify the unforeseen areas with the blind spot, how can we avoid the blind spot with the user feedback. Likewise, you may aware, from that awareness you may create the better solution to the complex problem. So by understanding design definition and stories, you can create better designs that are not only desirable and be feasible, but also the business viable model. So the key is to balance all three of these factors throughout the design process. Thank you for listening this session. Well, then how do we give the activity to the students? This framework can be used throughout the design thinking process, from initial brainstorming to prototyping. Here also I am having some form. I can give you the assignment. You complete that assignment within the targeted time. Consider these factors when evaluating potential solutions and refining them to increase their chances of success. Every design ought not to be a viable or not to be a successful completion. There are a lot of insuccessful is available. So we can improve that product with the user feedback. So gather feedback from the stakeholders in our academic institution. The stakeholders are students, educators and administrators at different stages of the design process to ensure the solutions remains desirable, feasible and viable. Then benefits of using this educational framework provides a structured approach for evaluating the potential of design solutions in education and helps identify potential weakness in solutions early on, allowing for course correction, encourages a holistic view of solutions, considering not just functionality but also user centeredness, sustainability and impact. Now already previously I told you that elephant parts, ear part shows differently, the trunk part shows differently in different users, and their trunk part is differently, but different, it gives a different perspective to the vision system. So which gave us the different perspective results. We can arrest these perspectives, different perspective on this framework. Now I can share the form, assessment form in our chat box. You please answer this also. I can give you the time of 10 minutes.